Yugioh is an Earth Attribute Rock type flip effect monster, level 3 with 700 attack and 800 defense. Its effect is, as a flip effect, apply these effects in sequence. Excavate any number of cards from the top of your deck up to the number of cards your opponent controls, and if you do, add one of them to your hand. Also send the remaining to the graveyard. Or send monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that were special summoned from the extra deck. You can only use this effect of Yugioh once per turn. So you have to use these effects in sequence. That means initially, depending on the number of cards the opponent has on their field, you're having to excavate a certain number of cards, so the more they have, the more options you have to potentially choose and draw into. Bear in mind that when you do this does come at the cost of sending the other cards to the graveyard, and since those cards are sent, not destroyed, they don't get those trigger off effects. But saying that, once they're in the graveyard, they might be easier to recover into. The other problem with this card is that you're actually having to send monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard up to the other extra deck monsters that your opponent controls, so the more heavily their extra deck is based on the field, the more damage it then has to your deck. And since those cards haven't been properly summoned first, they can't be officially summoned back from the graveyard. They have to be returned to your deck, your extra deck, by things such as Transmigration and Prophecy, and then properly summoned before you can actually do that. So it adds another step to the process.